Welcome to my timeline, a place where we dive deep into all of the questions that come up in the life of Jess, in hopes that you watching are experiencing something similar. You can gain some insight, do some inquiry, and find ways to heal and grow. I'm so glad that you found this video. If you're not already, please consider subscribing to this channel. I have a goal of getting to 100,000 subscribers in 3 months. It's a big goal, and it's something that I'm so excited to achieve as organically as possible. And it really starts with you. We're trying to build a community here. And if you can take a moment to share this video with a friend or subscribe or like, it would mean the world to me in this mission. So my question for you today is, how are you bringing pleasure into your daily life? For me, I've been thinking a lot about how I have been a stay-at-home mom primarily for 16 months. And it's something that I enjoy immensely. I have been spending days, all the days, with my beautiful, beautiful son, cuddling, napping together, doing the laundry, playing around the house, going to parks, and just watching him learn, grow, and interact with his world. It has been one of the most healing things that I have done thus far. Just watching him explore this world, having not done so before without any habits or routines. He's just simply reacting to the world around him. When I see him run up to a family and he just yells, "Hi!" and waves to them and wants to interact with them, it gives me so much joy, and it brings me so much pleasure to know that I get to be a part of this world in which joy, fun, creativity, exploration, and nurture are at the center. Sounds like a pretty good world, doesn't it? Now I hear someone out there saying, "Oh, deriving pleasure from interacting with your child. It's a little Freudian, isn't it?" Maybe. But I see it as something that alchemizes. So that raw energy gets alchemized within my body and then gets turned out into a different type of pleasure than you might be thinking of. You know, the pleasure from eating a really good meal or having your feet rubbed, or the pleasure of waking up on a Sunday morning, late in bed, the sun streaming through your window, and you know that you don't have anywhere to be. There's so many different types of pleasure in this world. What brings you pleasure? If you're feeling bold, courageous, maybe write it down in the comments. Let's have a conversation about it. Let's bring to light these parts of ourselves that tend to stay hidden. It can be so easy to constrict when talking about things that bring us pleasure. We may even use different terms such as joy or contentment, or nothing else is really coming to mind, but I think you understand what I'm saying here. How do you allow pleasure to sink into your daily life? before we go, I have my tarot deck here. And this is the Black Tarot. And in honor of Scorpio season, I just want to take a moment to maybe draw a card just to get a pulse on the energy. Maybe get a little piece of guidance about how to navigate this topic of bringing pleasure into your daily life, especially when that pleasure might seem like a bit of a shadow aspect that you're working through. I heard the word transform and alchemize. The Two of Wands and the Nine of Wands. The Empress. I see this as wanting to cut through the illusions in order to birth the next version of yourself into this world. I see you being in a space of thinking about your path and your desires and how you see your purpose transforming. You know, when you take a shower and you don't turn your fan on and the mirror gets all foggy, and then you get to the mirror and you start to just like wipe it, and you start to see yourself through the fog, and there's a little bit of a distortion, right? It still is a little bit fogged up even though you've cleared the mirror. I think that's what you're starting to do in this moment. Getting clear on who it is you want to be, how you want to be in this world, what you want to do, what you want to cut away. Because even though you can reveal parts of yourself, there's also parts that need to be cut away. And by doing that, it leaves this incubation space open. And I sense that this is going to take time. It's always it's a long process. It's a lifelong journey. But think of it like being in the womb space. It's warm. You can hear the blood rushing by. You feel perfectly snug and safe. All of your needs are completely taken care of. And you're simply present in that moment, being in that space. And your only focus is to be nourished, to grow, to develop. Pay attention to your dreams. There's a lot of unconscious energy that wants to come through to you, but you're not allowing yourself the time or space to listen. If you need to simply curl up with a blanket and a pillow on the couch, maybe try staring out the window, looking at the trees, the birds, the squirrels. Sources all around you. And you may not quite understand where or why you are where you are, or what the future holds, but know that you are held and you are safe. Things will become clear. You will birth on that new version of yourself into this world, and you will start to notice the path. But you'll always be connected to that source of nurture, of comfort. And take pleasure in that if you can. Cut the ties with the old and get ready for the new. Thank you for tuning in today. I hope that everyone's had an absolutely beautiful day. What's been going on in your world? I'd love to know. We'll see you tomorrow.